We have an expectation of the kind of team that she wants to put together.
The instinct from Kemi Badenoch is to go broad in terms of her appointments. In other words, acknowledge the breadth of view within the Conservative Parliamentary Party, rather than, if you like, the more Liz Truss-esque model, which was to build a cabinet in her own image. The current expectation is that there won't suddenly be a flurry of shadow cabinet appointments. We're not expecting any today. I was even steered away from necessarily any tomorrow, or whether they can resist that temptation as the weekend goes on, not least because the news agenda is going to flip stateside within a couple of days, isn't it? So they might be tempted, I wonder, a little later this weekend to do a little more of it. They'll certainly have the main players in place, I'm told, in time for a shadow cabinet meeting.
Hi everyone, now that the Tories have picked their new leader, one big question remains: who will be in the shadow cabinet? Laura Kuenssberg has raised this with Chris Mason on her podcast, and as Kemi Badenoch is positioned on the right of the party, there could be some tension, particularly between her faction and Robert Jenrick's supporters. Could she even consider giving seats to his allies? And given how many prominent Tories lost their seats in the last election, who would actually want to roll in this shadow cabinet? It seems, at least on the surface, that Badenoch wants to bring together the various wings of the Conservative Party. They all say the same thing when they win: the One Nation Tories, Jenrick's group and her own supporters. Appointing members from these factions could create a sense of duty. But it's a tricky balance, isn't it? Ideally, she'd want individuals who are competent enough to do their jobs well, but not so capable, ambitious enough that they might outshine her or pose a future leadership challenge. Placing someone like Jenrick in a prominent shadow cabinet role, for instance, could boost his profile and then allow him to build influence, potentially undermining her leadership. Of course, putting in loyalists is a safer bet, but they still need to be able to hold the government to account effectively. Choosing only loyal but less competent members could weaken her shadow cabinet's impact. Plus, it's also unclear who would want to be part of a team that might only have a limited shelf life, perhaps lasting months or a year. Badenoch might end up with MPs who see shadow minister positions as temporary roles, a way to fill time until something better comes along. But it will be interesting to see who actually makes the cut. Is she going to bring in party loyalists who are easy to manage, or will she reach out to her critics to present a more united front? We will have more answers by Tuesday, when her full shadow cabinet is expected to be in place. But let me know what you think in the comments. I've been Jake from Just Jake. As always, subscribe to the channel and I'll see you next time. You actually made it to the end of the video. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, which, why haven't you already, is somewhere over there. And also, if you want to watch more videos, also check out over there. I've been Jake from Just Jake. See you later.